We're ready.
Yep, I'm ready. Okay, I'm Diana Caden. If you don't know me, I'm an agent in the New City office and I'm licensed in New York and New Jersey. I am a member of your ALC on the growth committee. This is my third year as a full-time real estate agent, but I am coming from 30 years of sales experience in another industry. So I'm very excited to be your instructor today. Okay. So we're going to talk about lead generation. Okay, as a real estate expert, you're going to spark your career, embrace your job, connect with your market, and define your value. In lead generation, you're going to generate your leads, grow your database, capture leads with open houses, capture leads on social media. We're going to talk about that today, and capture more leads. And then we're going to follow up with leads. We're going to keep every lead, follow up with leads, strengthen relationships, qualify potential buyers and sellers. And during the transaction, we're going to win the buyer, win the seller, work with buyers and sellers, make and receive offers, negotiate offers, get to the close, and plan your future. Today, we're covering how to capture leads using social media. We'll review your 10-5-1 engagement plan, go over the 80-20 principle, and look at some other strategies to apply on social media. Okay, today's agenda, we're going to talk about the 10-5-1 engagement system, posting practices, social media strategies, daily success system, and we're going to recap and talk about some ahas. When we employ the 10-5-1 engagement system, we're going to connect with your network. It's the importance of limiting your social media posts to 20% of business content. Identify social media engagement strategies that add value to people in your network. Gary Keller says, it takes time to learn something, more time to implement it, and even longer to approach the mastery of it. It's important to know that even with social media, if conducting lead generation at all, agents must reference their market center name, not just Keller Williams generically, in all social and written media. This reinforces that you're an independent contractors affiliated with our market center. So please always use your market center DBA name when identifying yourself. And also follow your state's rules for posting and NAR's guideline for posting. The 10-5-1 engagement system. Social media is a powerful tool. Expand your sphere with your smartphone and engage with your followers. Let's review the 10-5-1 social engagement system. As part of your daily success system, you've been liking, commenting, and direct messaging people on your social media profiles. You've been executing the 10-5-1 engagement system already. Today, we're going to dive deep and explore tools for success within this system. As you've been posting and liking more often, have you noticed any changes in the engagement or activity of your posts? Anyone? Feel free to jump in and comment.
You guys can also type in the chat too. You don't want to unmute yourself.
Yeah. We're going to connect on social media. And for this activity, let's talk about some social media sites that you're on and connect with. There's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, and there's probably some more. So the 10-5-1 engagement system stands for 10 likes or loves. So every day you should either like or love 10 posts a day. This is number 10. This is a quick and easy and something that you're probably already doing. And now it's time to approach it with a business mindset. Social media is a fantastic tool and it's free to use when it comes to market prospecting. It's important to be active on your social media platforms of choice because it will help you generate new business. So how does interacting with others in social media help build your business? Nobody? You're going to make people
Like
aware.
if you're active on social media, you're like the first person on people's mind.
That's-
You know, you're always liking their stuff and like engaging with them.
That's right. You're going to be, in people's faces, and people are going to see you and know that you're in the business of real estate. Okay, so beyond likes, we're going to comment on 5 posts a day. You're not writing the grapes of wrath here, just a few words of encouragement. Congratulations or admirations are great. Spread positivity and optimism. It can be easy to overthink on social media, so it's important to bring a unique voice and brand to the comments that you're making. The branding and voice will help make writing comments a smooth process. Have you ever received a comment you've received on social media that made you feel seen or heard? Someone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The one thing is we're going to share an original post. Every day, you should also create one original post. Share someone else's post or direct message someone. When you share someone else's post, things like community activities, fundraisers, quotes, or other useful inspirational posts, think about the uniqueness you intend to bring to someone's informational feed. Writing private or direct messages is another good way to show that you care. Do you have a friend who's an artist that created something beautiful? Tell them. Is it a birthday? Send a direct message and help social media feel like a tool for connection. When you create your original post, make sure to follow the 80-20 rule. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Does anyone have any ahas? I'm sure you're all using social media already. And also make sure that you have a business page for your social media, for your Instagram and on your Facebook. Okay. The 80-20 posting practice. 80% of your posting should be personal and 20% should be business. Post about something you like other than real estate. 1 out of every 5 posts you make should be about your real estate business. And why do you think that's important?
People will get tired if all they see is your real estate posts. You want to seem like a real person that's not only interested in business.
That's true. And people want to get to know you. They want to engage with you. You want people to understand you, like you, and think that maybe you're the type of person that they'd like to do business with. Okay. Personal posts, the 80% rule. You can post about pets, art, cooking and baking, recipes, exercising or working out, outdoor adventures, live music, and team sports. So let's dig deep into the practice of the 80-20 rule. Instead of inundating your social media platforms with listings and business content, adopt this principle. Make 80% of your posts about your interests. You could post about what you're reading, where you're traveling, your favorite foods or activities. For example, you may be an avid runner, gardener, or stargazer. It's important to create a unique perspective and experience with your posts. Who wants to share one of their passions?
I like sports.
That's great. So if you follow sports teams or if you do sports yourself, it could be something that you could post about, something that the public can connect with and think that you might be the person that they want to do business with. The 20% real estate business posts. You can post about listings, open houses, awards, or events where you're speaking. 20% of your posts can be self-promotion or post about business. For example, where I'm speaking or the awards that I've won, events I'm hosting, and listings. Posting inspirational quotes can help engage followers and friends. Quotes also have a foot in both camps of the personal and business posts. If someone regularly interacts with quotes, it might be a good idea to ask what the quote means to them. Everyone desires to be heard. What are some other posts you could create that might help increase engagement on social media? Maybe there's a fundraiser, maybe there's an event at your local school. There's lots of things that you could post about that are local, hyper local to your market. Going above and beyond, to go over the top, give 110% and be the real estate expert of choice. Consider making an extra 10% of your posts about public service, crossover posts. Sometimes you have knowledge that others need. Be active in your community and inform your connections of important public service updates. It's a great way to be of service to many people at once. One example could be property tax increases, school closures, a food bank or animal shelters in need. In times of challenge and crisis, agents can be helpful members and bright spots in their community. Are there any other examples of information that you could provide on social media? No one?
Market statistics for
That's-
business posts.
Market statistics, pricing in a specific neighborhood. Do you have any ahas? Okay. Social media strategies. Connect with people you know or who you have met in one way or shape. Post about your neighborhood, use images, congratulate new homeowners, and post about listings. Just engage. You know the numbers, how often you should be posting, the 80-20 practice that should help guide you when making those posts. Let's look at some strategies to employ when increasing engagement on social media. If you're like most people and use social media every day, you can think of it as a 365-day touch. There are many different social media sites, including Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and more. Different strategies will apply to different platforms. What's your favorite social media platform to find content? What's your favorite platform to post content? What ideas do you have for social media that work or you've seen that work? Where have others that came before you found success? Do you follow any other realtors on social media? It's always a good idea to follow some other realtors and see the type of content that they have engagement, and you can use that type of strategies for engagement on your social media platforms. Highlight your business. Think about hyper-local information. Utilize tech developments and post client testimonials. You'll have to create posts that highlight your business. Think about the very hyper-local information. Keeping current and potential customers aware of the latest market trends in their neck of the woods is a surefire way for agents to position themselves as experts while providing valuable information to their audience. Sorry, I have a dog fight here. All right. Sorry about that, Ayas. Oh, okay. With the release of the KW app, an arsenal of customizable templates and command to support it, it's easy to help build the anticipation and excitement that will help highlight and amplify your business. Don't be afraid to post positive client testimonials. Word of mouth recommendations in real estate carry the same weight as they do in the industry. Highlighting a quote from a happy customer is a great way for agents to establish credibility while allowing their brand to shine.
Right. And if you're a new agent and say you haven't done any business yet, use our market center as the credible You know,
Right.
say my office is number one in blank, and if you don't know the answers to it, you can always ask me. And I can give you a statistic to tell your clients, hey, look, I work for an office with great agents. They do X amount of deals.
And also you can ask agents in the market sector who have listings and ask if you're allowed to advertise their listing, and you can post their listing as long as you have their permission. Another important thing to remember is to make sure you don't post and ghost. Great posts will lead to steady streams of engagement, comments, likes, and shares. Don't let them sit. The more you engage in social media, the more you'll be engaged with your followers. Time block for social media. Set aside time each day to respond to every person who has commented on and liked your post. Each post is an opportunity for business. Why is it important to acknowledge when others comment or like your posts? It's to create engagement. Add value. Participate in online communities where you offer a unique and valuable perspective. When you navigate the online world, it's important to find communities where you can add value. At the end of the day, people will feel that you're offering them value. Through Facebook groups and communities, you can offer value literally to thousands of people. Finding the right communities to be a part of can take time, and this investment will be well worth it. What are some of the online communities you're already a part of and adding value to? How can these be leveraged to create business opportunities? I mean, I'll give you an example. I am a member of some of the local moms groups, book clubs. If you like a show, I was in the Handmaid's Tale Facebook group. Okay. How does what we talked about today help inform our up and coming social media posts? You want more engagement. You want more engagement with the people, and you want to gain more followers. The more people that follow you, the more people you can connect with. Here's more strategies for social media. Be authentic. Don't be a jack of all trades. Embrace video. Use analytics to optimize your post and ask for help. When you're posting a lot on social media platforms, it's important to be authentic. When you're authentic, people are drawn to you. It's the authentic version of yourself that people will do business with. Don't be a jack of all trades with social media channels. Find a social media platform that works for you, because if you don't like it, you won't use it. Don't be afraid to embrace video. Push past the stage fright and get ready for your close-up. Videos are a great way to engage users passively and actively. Everything right now, I'm sure you know, everything is all about reels. So make those reels. You can use diagnostic and analytics to optimize your posts. Facebook and Instagram now have ways that you can see which posts get the most engagement. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's from a class, coaching, or a savvy associate, and other perspective may offer tweaks to refining your social media strategy. So let's review some of the concepts that we covered today. There is the 10-5-1 strategy, the 80-20% rule, and doing different types of content. Do we have any ahas? How will you be accountable for your 10-5-1 system?
I just want to say that, like, really for me as a new agent, you know, I'm in one of the moms groups, or a couple of the moms groups too, and I actually got a client, you know, that has, you know, $900 to $1 million budget that's looking to buy just from, you know, going through and seeing a post that she did looking for something that's for sale by owner. And, you know, if you do use it, it can work for you.
It definitely can work for you, definitely. I mean, be on top of those moms groups. People are always posting their thinking about selling their house? Do you know an agent? What do you think of this neighborhood? You know, asking different types of questions. And, you know, it's always a great time to jump in and, you know, be the agent of choice. That's great. So you can also visit Connect Live for more helpful social media strategies, like how to turn your Facebook into a listing machine. If you visit Connect, it's through your command. There's a button you can push for Connect. If you have any questions, feel free to ask Eileen Angel, or also you can refer to Scott Leroy. Each day in Ignite, you'll grow in how you think, feel, act, and implement what you've learned. From learning and ahas, you move towards achievement of your big life. And that's what we're here for, right? To achieve our big goals. So now it's time to move into our important success system, where we work in our business together while supporting one another. The success system. We're going to work together on our success system, which consists of 20 minutes every day of role-playing conversations with a partner. It's a great way to gain confidence. Top agents practice every day. 10 minutes preparing a call list for the day. This is another system that top agents use to save them time. Once they have a list, they start at the top and call people without hesitation. 45 minutes of real play. This is role playing in the real world. It's making contact and having conversations with as many people as possible with the goal of establishing and nurturing valued relationships. So when they are ready to buy or sell, they think of you first. Updating your database with information gathered from your conversations and following up on any promises made. Do this immediately after the real play while it's fresh in your mind. These activities are the daily habits of success. We practice them every day in Ignite, and you will continue with this rhythm for the rest of your career. Any questions? Okay. Our daily success system, it's about 10 conversations, 10 contacts added, 10 handwritten notes, 10-5-1 on social media engagement, enrichments, appointments, agreements, and closings. Your daily success tracker includes 10 conversations with your sphere, people you know and who know you. 10 contacts added to your database, name, phone number, address, and more. 10 handwritten notes, express gratitude or let people know you're in real estate, and appreciate referrals. Utilize the 10-5-1 model for social media engagement. You'll be accomplishing many of these goals during your success system. Keep doing these activities. Do we have any questions before we get started? Okay. The first job of a real estate agent is lead generation, because the activity of generating leads is the foundation for your business. In addition, practicing conversations and dialogues will prepare you for success. That is appointments, signed agreements, signed contracts, and sales closed. Of course, before we get involved in conversations with our sphere and lead generating, we must remember to comply with the do not call regulations. We will review this with every Ignite session because it is critical you protect yourself in the market center from any legal action. Make this a permanent habit, following all the guidelines for calling and texting people. The do not call list. Texting falls under the TCPA guidelines. It means no dialers, no automated voicemails. It's important to follow these guidelines to protect yourself. So if you know how to do robocalls, be careful that you're following the guidelines. Check with your market center broker and attorney to ensure your compliance. It is your responsibility to subscribe to the registry, check before you call, update your call list regularly, honor consumer requests, and know the state and federal laws. It's essential that agents learn this now rather than later when they encounter trouble with a non-compliance. Now we're going to have an affirmation. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in a relationship with me. Let's begin by getting our mindset primed for success. We do this with an affirmation, and it is, like I said, I engage in the conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in a relationship with me. Okay. Role playing is a great way to practice conversations in real life. So when I role play, I like to use the Ford method, or in the real life, I like to use the Ford method. And if you don't know what the Ford method is, it is family, recreation, occupation, and dreams. I think I did that out of order. But anyway, if you're going to talk about someone's family, if you meet somebody, or if you see somebody you know, you could say, hey, how's Debbie doing in school? Is your husband still playing in the softball league? Do you have any plans this summer? Did you rent that Jersey Shore house again? Are you still teaching at the middle school? How's it going? Do you plan on staying in New City? Are you still thinking of moving to Florida to a condo on the beach? These are normal conversations you can have with people without actually following a script. Prepare your conversation list. Your daily lead generation consists of 3 parts. Prepare when you determine who you will connect with the day before you begin. You'll either write the names on a sheet or generate a list through your database. Take action. When you connect with people through conversation, this is the most valuable activity, building relationships in your database, and takes up most of your lead generation time. Maintain. When you update contacts in your database, you will enter additional information you've learned from your conversations, like birthdays and things like that. Let's first begin by preparing a conversation. Call contacts from your database and people you know. Okay. Real play lead generation conversations. Real play activities in the classroom are money-making activities done with the support and guidance of you and other participants. Every day in Ignite, we will spend time in a lead generation activity. Begin with the affirming message. Suggest a meetup to reconnect. Make notes of the outcome of your conversations. Do this for each contact that you call. You will enter these in command later. Call for 45 minutes and contact as many people as possible. Let's say our affirmation once again. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in a relationship with me. Will you do anything different tomorrow? Does anybody need help with this? Okay. Update your contacts. It's time to get into command and enter contact information and any updates you learn from your conversations. This is the maintain portion of your daily lead generation routine. This is a good time to follow up with handwritten notes or the people that you called. Remember to express care and gratitude.
And if you guys don't know how to add contacts into command, you can always call or email me or Eileen, and we can help you get your database in order.
Yes, your database is your data bank and your gold mine.
That's right.
Celebrate success. Our success system helps conversations added, handwritten notes, or follow-ups on your database, on your conversations, okay? Be sure to do your 10-5-1 social media engagement. And finally, choose your enrichment. Get help. If you need help, there's Keller Williams University. You can find that through the Command app, through Connect. You can chat with support. You can post on ideas.kw.com. There's access to resources on tech-enabled agent pages on Connect. There's KW Marketplace, but there's lots of free places where you can get training. So if you have any questions on the database and how to enter things. There's lots of resources for you.
Mhm.
Now we're going to capture more leads. Here we go.
One second. I'm just gonna get the other,
We're on page 38.
1 second.
Okay.
Gotta get the other slides up.
Oh, it was my page 38.
Yep.
Yeah, we just finished section 8. I guess we're starting section 9.
Mhm.
We are moving at a rapid pace.
All right. Here we go. We're ready.
Good time to mute my phone too. Okay, you want to be the real estate expert of choice. You're going to spark your career, embrace your job, connect with your market, and define your value. During lead generation, we generate leads. You grow your database, capture leads with open houses, capture leads with social media, and just capture more leads. Then we're going to follow up with our leads, because a lead that you don't follow up with, you're going to lose. So keep every lead, follow up with every lead, strengthen your relationships, qualify potential buyers and sellers. And then you're going to transact business. You're going to win the buyer, win the seller, work with buyers and sellers, make and receive offers, negotiate offers, get to the close, and plan your future. Today, we're covering the topic of capture more leads in our segment on lead generation. Have you caught up with me, Stephanie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so far in Ignite, you've been making contact with your sphere, those people you know and who know you. In this session, you'll discover other sources of leads. There are methods for meeting new people, getting to know them, and having them know you. You'll hear it over and over again. The more leads, the better. The more quality leads converted to contacts, the better. Before we begin, let's hear about progress with the system from yesterday. Has anybody taken Ignite yesterday and want to talk about anything that they've learned? I guess we'll move along.
Mhm.
Okay, here we go. Gary Keller says, you love people, but at the same time, you haven't yet learned to love hunting for them. This is about learning to love lead generation, the hunt for people who are ready to buy and people who are ready to sell real estate now or soon. In this session, you'll learn more success and sources for leads so you'll never run out and you will love hunting. Our objectives today are to gain a deeper understanding of how to create and disseminate lead generation messages, be able to expand your referral strategies. By the end of this session, you'll learn your 4 top lead generation sources and lay out strategies and timelines to generate leads from those sources. We're going to use systems that work, prospecting versus marketing, gold mine of referrals, more sources, capture every lead, the daily system of success, and ahas. We have said all along that Keller Williams is built on models and systems. So naturally, there's a simple system for capturing more leads. It's a system you'll find that works for you. Gary Keller says in the Shift book, your #1 job is to find ways to get in the path of motivated buyers and sellers. It's always smart to be reminded of our #1 job as a real estate agent. It's lead generation. Without leads, we will have no sales, therefore no business. We are in the business of lead generation. Since leads are everywhere, we all must be hyper aware and on alert for when they appear. The 2 M's of lead generation. There's the message and the method. Lead generation should always be purposeful and intentional. This slide depicts a system to help make your lead generation more purposeful. We call this the message and the method of your lead generation, the 2 M's. It's about having a message and using a method to drive that message to the desired audience. The message must match your market and make an offer for immediate response. Match the market by tailoring the intended messages to the sentiments and the market conditions of a target group in the area in which you operate. Have a call to action that can be direct, like call me now, or indirect, like take a look at my website and learn more. What could be an offer that would generate a response? What would make your phone ring or generate immediate responses to a text in social media? This awesome house just came on the market. If you're looking for a home in this neighborhood, call me right away. Or interest rates are the lowest ever. Not true right now, but if you're considering buying now or thinking about refinancing, I can put you in touch with lenders who can work with you. Or do you know about the prices of homes in your neighborhood or any area of any town? I've got the report for you. Call, text, or visit my website to sign up. These are posts that you can make for a call to action. You make the offer for the immediate response. It's a MOPR. Okay, the method. There are 2 primary methods of getting your message out to your target group: prospecting and marketing, which we covered earlier in the beginning of the lead generation system. Leads are everywhere. Approach, connect, and ask. When you're truly on the hunt for leads, you will find many opportunities. Let's say you're at a coffee shop and you just overheard a couple talking about an open house they just visited. What should you do? Follow this simple system of approach, connect, and ask. First, approach with a conversation starter. I overheard you talking about an open house. Are you looking for a home in this area? Second, connect with the individual in a way that builds a rapport and trust. One of the best ways is to ask questions. Look for opportunities to be of service to them. I have a list for homes for sale in this area. I'd love to connect with you so you can stay informed of what comes on the market. Finally, if appropriate, ask to meet with them to learn more about their situation. And don't forget to apply the FORD method to connect with someone and deepen the relationship. And like I mentioned before, FORD stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. These are the conversations you can have someone. It's a script that's not a script, and it's easy to follow. Does anybody have any ahas? Would anyone feel comfortable in a coffee shop or a grocery store going up to a stranger and telling them that you overheard their conversation?
I would.
I feel
That's
like that's the nature of the business, like that's just, you either do it or you don't, if that doesn't work for you, you just have to find like another avenue that would work for you.
You're right. You're right. So, I mean, every day, if you go out to lunch, maybe sit at the bar instead of sit at a table, maybe engage with the people that are around you. There's always a different way where you can engage in people every day. Uber drivers. I used to always talk to my Uber drivers and talk to them about business. Wherever you are, it's a place to generate leads, and you just have to take advantage of that situation. Okay, we have discussed prospecting and marketing. Let's go a little deeper on the topic. Gary Keller says, lead generation is a contact sport with simple rules. It means making contact with people through prospecting and marketing. Okay, here is a model. This is in the MREA book, and it's about how to capture leads. This chart has a peak and a valley, and it shows that most people move every 7 to 10 years. So depending where you catch a person in this peak, if they just bought a house, maybe 7 years later, they'll be willing to sell the house. So you always stay in contact with your leads because you never know where they're going to be on their path to buying or selling a new home. So the question is, when they're at the top or at the bottom or somewhere in between, everyone's timelines and life experiences are different. It's your job to do your best to predict where they are always. So do you only prospect leads that are on their way up, that's moving towards buying? No, every lead that you catch and build a relationship with is a potential buyer and seller at some point, and a referral source. So who do we prospect for and when? The answer is everyone, all the time.
And I would also like to say that in commands, there's going to be a new feature soon in a couple of months where they're adding artificial intelligence to it. So within your contacts in your database, command will be able to predict who's most likely to move in a given amount of time.
Is that based on their address, Stephanie? I was wondering about that one.
I think it's based on their address and all of the information that you have on them in your database. So it'll be reading through your contacts.
That's great. That's great. You know, the AI is really changing the world. So it's important to get people's addresses in your database. You know, don't just get their phone number and email. If you have their home address, this will help with this new AI tool.
Get their home anniversary in there too, if you can. Ask them
And
when did you
birthdays
move?
and things, all different reasons of like why to contact people.
Right.
Okay, prospecting versus marketing. Marketing is money intensive, passive with long-term results. And prospecting is time intensive, proactive with immediate results. So you saw this in session 5, if you took session 5 of Ignite, and here we are to remind you of the 2 methods for lead generating, prospecting and marketing, and that your business should be prospecting based and marketing enhanced. Why is it better to be prospecting based and marketing enhanced? Because prospecting is essentially free and simply requires your time to complete it. Marketing costs money, and it's more of a wait and see method. Also, prospecting builds a business that will thrive in down markets. Our last 2 sessions were about open houses and social media. Prospecting helps support awareness and lead generation around your open houses, and social media can be a prospecting tool as well as a tool for marketing. So prospecting, these are ways of prospecting: phone or face-to-face contacts, listings without agencies for sale by owner, expired listings. You can circle prospect neighborhoods, apartment complexes, recently sold listings, recently listed properties, community outreach, charity, volunteer work. Also, you can have key relationships with corporations, builders, banks, third-party data companies, investors, teaching and speaking opportunities, meals, door-to-door canvassing, networking events, booths and kiosks, and walk-ins. Everywhere you go and everyone you meet is a potential client. So there's many prospecting sources to share your messages through. Would you mind sharing any of your experiences? Well, I'll tell you whenever I get my hair cut and colored, I always talk to my hairdresser and ask her if she knows anyone who's looking to buy and sell, and give her a stack of my business cards. Just something to think about.
I work in a restaurant and I try to talk to all the, you know, the tables and stuff that come in about, like, always try to bring up real estate in the conversation and then put myself out there.
That's great. That's great. That's awesome. So Keller Williams surveyed top agents and found that they focus on their top 4 sources and get their best returns that way. The top sources are repeats and referrals from their sphere of influence and their database. So I just want to talk a little bit about circle prospecting. If you have a listing, once you sell that listing, you can continue to market to that neighborhood and hopefully try to get other people in that neighborhood to sell. Maybe some of the homeowners didn't know that their home value was where that would be. It's always a great idea to, if you're doing an open house, maybe reach out to some of the neighbors, invite them to the open house, get to know them, and see if maybe they know somebody that wants to buy the house, or if they might be considering selling their house, or if they know a neighbor that might be interested in selling their house. Okay. Let's look at this list. Which sources would you consider pursuing? Remember, you're likely to have at least one down because it's your sphere of influence. Anyone? Okay, let's talk about marketing. There's lots of ways to market. There's offline advertising like radio, TV, newspapers, personal vehicles. Anybody have a question? No? Personal vehicles, bus stop benches, magazines, billboards, yellow pages, grocery carts, moving vans. Online advertising is pay-per-click advertising, SEO, social media, portals, broadcast content creation, radio segments, TV shows, live social media blogs, direct mail, postcard campaigns, special event cards, just sold and just listed cards, quarterly marketing updates, promotional items and swag, public relations and press, news releases, advice columns, and sponsorship. This is about additional prospecting sources to think about and focus on. You can quickly understand that marketing has related expenses and may take longer to see results. Command does offer an easy way to set up Facebook advertising for a very low cost, and you can learn more about this in Command at answers.kw.com or reach out to Eileen Angel or Scott Leroy on Facebook advertising. It's about $30 for 10 days, I think. 10 days for $30. It's pretty cost effective. Prospecting and marketing. Okay, farming. Farming is when you market to a geographic or demographic. Events like open houses, seminars, contests, client appreciation events, networking your sphere, past clients, allied resources, other agents, referral networks, advertising networks, and clientele. So these are sources that use both prospecting and marketing. For example, open houses. What's a common practice? To make the neighborhood aware of an open house, invite neighbors to the open house. If you see an active listing in the neighborhood, perhaps refer a buyer. What part of your job as a real estate agent does this cover? Lead generation. Does anybody have any ahas? Okay, moving right along. Let's get into the gold mine of referrals. Many agents miss out on referrals, and yet they can be an easy and lucrative source of leads. Imagine if leads simply came to you as referrals from your sphere of friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, etc. We'll talk about different types of referrals and the systems to put in place to make most of referrals. We're going to look at client referrals, agent-to-agent referrals, worldwide referrals, and business-to-business referrals. Client referrals. Always provide value, share your KW app, share market statistics, provide a vetted vendor list, ask for referrals, reward the referrals, and thank them with a handwritten note. As I mentioned earlier, top agents rely on their sphere and clients as their greatest source of referrals. Some agents even say 90% of their business comes from referrals. It begins with setting the expectation with your sphere that your business runs on referrals and that you trust them to provide referrals of people they know who have a real estate need. That's it, right? Well, not exactly. We have to set the expectation and then provide value. You must be deserving of a referral. That is, you must be referable. The relationship with you and your sphere and clients is meant to be reciprocal. You provide value, They trust you, they know the value you provide, and they refer their friends and family to you. The exchange never stops. What are some of the ways that you can provide value besides the 3 listed items on this slide? You can be a problem solver. You can provide elevated service, and you can be caring and supportive. Getting referrals does mean asking for them, not just one time, every time you connect, especially after you've provided value. What would be the best time to ask for a referral? Whenever there's a moment when a client expresses gratitude or they're happy and excited. At the consultation, the contract, and of course at the close of a transaction when the client is the happiest. With client referrals, always provide value. Share your KW app, share market statistics, provide a vetted vendor list, ask for referrals, and reward their referrals and thank you with a handwritten note. Here are some conversation starters. My goal by the end of the transaction is for you to be so thrilled that you would tell everyone about me. Who do you know that would like an experience like you've had? If I have provided a stellar experience, it would be the greatest gift if you would refer me to your friends, families, and coworkers, so I may provide the same experience to them. Does that make sense? Okay. You can practice with a partner about having conversations that ask for referrals. Whenever you receive a referral, whether that referral turns into business or not, it's important to reward the behavior of providing the referral. This can be as simple as a gift card for coffee. Treat the referral source even better than the referral because you want them to keep coming. Many agents track the people who provide referrals by marking them in their database and continuing to reward them throughout the relationship. A special handwritten note will go a long way with your referring clients. Many top agents hold special events for their top referral sources as a reward. Of course, this will happen later in your career when the cost is more affordable. You can learn about getting client referrals by viewing the session called Fill Your Funnel with Client Referrals in the series entitled No Ceiling, Level Up Your Generation on Connect. Agent to agent referrals. Client referrals come from agents as well. You already know some agents in your market center, and in this class, you will meet agents from other brokerages while conducting business. You may wonder why an agent would refer a buyer or seller to you. An agent in your market center might be focused on listings and chooses to offer a buyer client to you since buyers take more time. An agent may refer a client that is outside of the distance they're willing to work, even if it's only 15 miles away. An agent may specialize in a particular price point, neighborhood, or type of home. An agent in another town or state has a client moving to your area, and they may refer their client to you. Make sure you're on top of mind with agents so they think of you first when they need to refer. Keep in mind that you're competing with other agents for their attention, and you should be constantly thinking of creative ways to stand out, be different, and to be remembered. Many KW agents build their businesses with agent referral business. You can too with a system. This is how an agent referral works. When an agent refers a client to you, you agree to pay the agent a certain percentage of the commission, and vice versa. When you refer a client to another agent, they agree to pay a percentage back to you. Referring clients that you cannot serve to other agents helps everyone, you, the agent, and their clients. Agent referrals, you can maintain, grow, and manage them. Begin by growing an agent referral network. Keep track of every agent you meet throughout the course of business. Reach out to agents in other cities and states, especially from locations where people are moving from. Manage and systemize your agent referral network by being purposeful about it. Just as with leads and contacts, build relationships and provide value. Make it reciprocal. They can provide you referrals as you provide referrals to them. You can do this through the referrals module on the map, which is in Command. You can zoom in on cities, find agents, you can see their statistics and just build your network that way. Maintain and keep your network up to date and stay in communication with them. Track all referrals going out and coming in. If you only have a New York license and have a client looking over the border in New Jersey, you can refer the client to an agent in our market center with a New Jersey license, like me or other agents in our market center. Did you see how I just stuck that in there? Okay. There is an easy to use agent referral network, like I mentioned, on Command. This allows you to find and connect with agents based on a location and production. You can even discover referral patterns showing where referrals are coming from and going to. In addition, you can easily track referrals given or received all the way to close and getting paid. Other great sources for finding information about where people are coming is you can get from the Census and the IRS. The US Census tracks this as domestic migration, and the IRS tracks migration by seeing how addresses have changed on individuals' tax returns. This data can easily be found on their respective websites. So dig in, dig in.
And we also were talking about joining Facebook groups before. There's tons of Facebook groups that are just
Relocation,
about
yes.
relocation referrals with not just KW agents. So they're really,
And
really big groups.
There used to be a KW Worldwide Agents Referral Group, and they did change it, I think, because the person who started it left KW, but there are still people looking for KW agents. You can refer within and without KW, but you know, it's always nice to keep the business in the family.
Mhm.
Did you know that at the beginning of 2022, Keller Williams had a presence in 50+ regions, including the US and Canada? Did you also know that agents in our worldwide regions can be referral partners as well? I sent a referral to Peru. Be open to the possibility of leads from anywhere in the world. Add agents from our worldwide regions to your referral network. And you can add your referrals into your database and put them on a smart plan so they keep thinking of you. Keep yourself on top of mind. Think about the connections you have with countries outside of your own. What friends or family have connections elsewhere? Let's say you have a client who decides to sell their home and move to Puerto Rico for retirement, like my father. Instead of leaving your client to find an agent in Puerto Rico, you would look up KW agents in that region and refer your client to them. It's a win-win for you, your client, and the other agent. Consider this: the next time you travel outside of the US or Canada, you can learn more agent-to-agent referrals by viewing the session called Anchor Your Business with Agent Referrals in the series entitled No Ceiling, Level Up Your Lead Generation on Connect. These are resources you can find through the Connect tab on your Command. Business-to-business referrals. Another source for referrals is business-to-business referrals. Your hairdresser or barber, dentist, doctor, veterinarian, accountant, financial planner, the auto shop, handyman, plumber, electrician, a gardener, a landscaper. You're referring your acquaintances to businesses that you have come to respect and trust. This is a one-way referral. To make a reciprocal, you will need to develop a business relationship with the owner or manager of your favorite businesses and discuss how you can help each other. You refer clients to their business, for example, and you refer your buyer clients who are now new to town to your business-to-business dentist. Business owners refer clients to you. For example, a handyman you've often referred to is hired by a person who's fixing up their house in preparation to list it for sale. A handyman lets you know and then connects you with a potential seller. It's easy to get started. Write down some businesses you would like to connect with and let them know you're a real estate agent and would like to help their business. Are there any ahas? Did anybody ever think about doing business-to-business referrals?
I
Anybody
didn't,
think-
but I am now.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Earlier, we talked about all the different prospecting sources, as well as those sources that combine prospecting and marketing. Now we're going to cover geographic farming events and seminars. Geographic farming is a collection of homes, a neighborhood that an agent chooses to focus their marketing and prospecting efforts on. Many agents choose to focus their prospecting and marketing efforts in a neighborhood or a set of neighborhoods, which is also known as a targeted geographical farm. Is everyone familiar with the neighborhood website called Nextdoor? A geographic, no?
No.
Yes.
Okay, Nextdoor is a social media platform that is targeted to local neighborhoods. You can set up a free profile on Nextdoor, and also you can promote your business and post about your business on Nextdoor in a hyper local market. A geographical farm is similar in like Nextdoor, that it essentially is targeting and messaging with a neighborhood. When you choose to farm a neighborhood, be aware that it will not yield immediate results. This lead source is more of a long game, and you must be committed to keep working your farm once you begin. Choosing a farm involves some considerations such as the number of houses and the turnover rate, price point, and several competing agents in the area that may affect your decision as well. Once you've chosen a farm area, you will devote yourself to knowing everything about the area, the history, the growth, the happenings, and more. You will become part of the community, and people will come to recognize you as part of their community. And you don't necessarily have to live in that community. You could target a neighboring community. You're also committed to staying in communication with the residents and keeping them informed of all that's happening in their area. Maximize your prospecting and marketing in a geographical farm. There are open houses, social media, conversations that you have, contacts, and you can send out notes. What are some of the ways you can maximize your prospecting and marketing efforts with a geographical farm area? Think back to the lessons of an open house and social media. Also consider your daily success system with conversations, adding contacts to your database, and sending handwritten notes. How can you make it all work with a geographical farm? You can set up a plan. Start with just a few houses. This can be where you live, where you grew up. You might consider what you can handle for the long run by proximity, size, and cost. Door knocking is key to farming. First, you'll visit neighbors and introduce yourself as a resourceful agent. Don't be pushy. Come from contribution and offer something of value. Did you know homes in our neighborhood are selling in less than 30 days? That home over there on Executive Drive just sold for $550,000. That means home values are going up. You can do vendor referrals. My clients like to use guaranteed rate or a sure abstract for their mortgages. And they're, okay. General info on the area. You should know about new construction, future construction, road changes, changes in building codes or permits, etc. Or you could set up a discount with a local vendor for a neighborhood. Dryer vent cleaning, chimney cleaning, a restaurant. You could send out postcards and offer a discount with a restaurant, make a deal with a neighboring restaurant. If they bring in your card, they can get the discount. And this way people hold on to your card and your name is on top of mind. You could also set up a neighborhood food drive where you go around and pick up everything for delivery. Door knocking is useful for notifying neighbors of an upcoming open house, just listed house, just sold house, or looking for listings for interested buyers. Also, door knocking for charity drives, upcoming community events, or community activities, such as a neighborhood watch or neighborhood cleanups. Always keep safety in mind. Perhaps go door knocking with a fellow agent in your farm and do the same with them. Maybe bring a spouse or a partner or a friend that's willing to watch from the car. Or how about partnering with a lender to go door to door? And just on a side note, I have a friend who was a newer agent. She's older, she's in her 60s, and she's had most of her success from door knocking and walking around her neighborhood talking to everyone. When I got started, I used to go to all the garage sales and I would pick up a few things, maybe buy something for $1 and say, "Are you moving?" to begin the conversation. It's a little less scary than door knocking when they have a garage sale going on. Sorry, dogs. Two final sources of leads are through events and seminars. You may not feel prepared yet, and these can be very lucrative. They can provide very lucrative leads. Events or get-togethers organized and or hosted by you. Successful agents are very creative when it comes to events. Events are meant to attract leads and don't have to relate directly to real estate. Here are some ideas. A neighborhood park cleanup. You could ask people to join you. You could supply bags, gloves, and water bottles. Ask for addresses so you can send thank you notes. Family front porch photos. Set up dates and times for those who want to participate. You could take photos to the people, take photos of the people in the neighborhood, and then you can text the photo to them and you can add them to your database. You could do virtual game nights. You can send invites via social media, collect names and contact. You also can do a drawing. You can buy something and have people enter to win a product, and you can collect all those people for your database for whatever the cost of the product is. Just make sure it's valuable enough that they'll be willing to fill out a form and give you their information. If you want to know about seminars, you can download ready-to-go seminar materials on Connect under KWU. That's it's in the Command app, but it's in Command, but you can go into the Connect part and learn about that. Seminars are also a great way to diversify your database while you expand it. There are some underserved communities in every region. What if you intentionally learn about those community needs and set up seminars to serve them? We have innumerable examples of agents who have built their businesses helping those that no one else was serving to become homeowners and investors. An agent who serves a community with a large Somali population, many of whom are Muslims, hosted by a training session with an expert on Islamic finance for this underserved community. You see in the Sharia law that forms the basis of Islamic banking prohibits charging interest. Expecting 10 or so attendees, she actually hosted 75 ready, able, and willing clients needing to buy or sell property. And incidentally, I just recently learned about the Islamic lending, and I have a client and her daughter, and they are both looking to purchase. Another agent who was fluent in Spanish started a home buyer seminar with Spanish-speaking title attorneys and lenders to teach people about home buying. It's another way. Leads are everywhere. In the grocery store, in the coffee shop, in the repair shop, the hair salon, the dentist office, wherever you go. I've gotten leads at the drying part at the nail salon. I've gotten leads at the auto repair shop waiting for an inspection. I've gotten leads standing in line to vote. You can just speak to people where you could wear your KW name badge or wear KW apparel. When we're all wearing a mask, when we were wearing masks, I used to wear a mask that said, "Ask me about real estate." Does anybody have any ahas? No. So what we're going to do is capture every lead, right? Wherever we go, we're going to capture every lead. Part of your daily success system is to add contacts to your database. Your sphere and your contacts are your focus. However, you will also add leads to your database because you've learned earlier, you will eventually be building relationships with your leads and moving them to the status of contacts. The difference between status and a contact are leads are people you have the right to at least have a one-way conversation with, and contacts are people you have permission to have a two-way conversation with and whom you've established a value-based relationship. Putting leads in your database as soon as you can helps you keep track of them and allows you to stay in communication with them. There is help for adding leads and contacts to command. Check with Eileen Angel or Scott Leroy. Your lead generation plan. Connect with your sphere. Build and feed your database. Capture leads from open houses. Build community with social media and capture leads. Execute a referral strategy. Choose a geographic area to focus on your door knocking efforts and consider events and seminars. This is the final lesson in lead generation. Before we close out, it's very important to take some time to generate your personal lead and generation plan. You'll have time to think over all the aspects of lead generation and build a plan that you can execute. I hope some of you took some notes. Are there any ahas? Okay, as we wrap up our learning session and transition into creating our lead generation plans, we're going to talk about these ways: the message and the method, approach, connect, and ask. Prospect versus marketing. Prospecting doesn't cost anything. Marketing costs money. Referrals, client, agent, and worldwide referral business. Geographic farming, events, and seminars. This is the last session in lead generation. Next time we transition to lead follow-up. Are you ready to act on our objectives? Gain a deeper understanding of how to create and disseminate lead generation messages? Be able to expand your referral strategies? Now it's time to take action. When you leave here, work on your strategies to generate leads from a minimum of 4 sources. How's your mindset now? What are your questions or concerns, if any? And what were your ahas from today?
I have a question
Okay,
for the agent to agent referrals, right?
yes.
When you're talking about percentage, is there like a percentage that Keller Williams offers, or is it like, do you guys have to talk about
There's
it?
not, there really isn't a standard percentage. You can negotiate that, but very often, most oftenly, it's 25%.
Yeah.
I would say the most I see coming through the offices are 25%.
Okay.
But I mean, don't
Some
be
people
shy to
offer
get
more.
more.
Some people offer more. If an agent is giving you tons of referrals, why not give them 30%? I just got back from family reunion and lots of people say they were offering 30%. Some people say off 30% on your first referral. So, it really is up to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So how's your mindset now? Your action today should make your lead generation plan and make a commitment to yourself and your accountability partner to act upon it and follow through.
Right. And not every single lead generation method is going to work for you and your business. You're supposed to, from here, take what works for you, maybe practice some things that might make you feel uncomfortable. And as you experience more and more in real estate, you'll get to know more what works and what doesn't for you and your business. Everyone's is different.
That's right. You want to be on top of mind on social media, make a presence. Wherever you go, think about that, this could be an opportunity to get a lead. I mean, I even gave my card to the guy pumping gas in my tank in New Jersey. So, you never know. You never know. You just talk to people. Be friendly. Be friendly, talk to people. Rather than eating at a table, I'll eat at the bar. I'll talk to the people around me. Just different ways and opportunities to meet people who are buying or selling. And don't forget your friends. Don't forget your family. Don't forget your friend's friend and your friend's cousin. Make sure that you really make it known. Don't be a secret agent. How did I do? This was my first session. Did I do all right?
I think so.
Yeah, you did great.
You did
Okay.
good.
All right,
much.
thanks.
It'll
Okay, any
get
questions?
easier.
Any questions? All right, I guess we're done. We finished early. I guess I thought about 12:30, so it's 12:15.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, everyone. I hope you learned something. And listen, feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me directly or your New Jersey referrals. Hi,
Thank you.
Mhm.
Bye.
Thank you.
hi, thanks.
Much. Have a great day.